And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake. But I'd go get after some guys because they don't look ready to play to me. They look flat, uninspired. It's time to get moving.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well. Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd down and 5. A give to Barkley out of the gun. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
2 yards still to go. 3rd down now.
Here we go.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And this is going to be an Eagles 1st down as he's got this up to about the 34-yard line. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
Here we go, here we go. Stop. Stop.
They'll go to Barkley again. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 102 yards for him now on the ground as he goes over the century mark here. I'd say he's ready for the playoffs ahead, no doubt.
And an Eagle 1st down.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
Gun. Stop. 180.
They'll send the tight end in motion left. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Up the middle they go. Brenner. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Here we go. Stop.
And now they will throw it with Burrow. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And just shedding him off there. Down the left sideline. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. What a play that turns out to be. 36 yards.
What a game he's having. They've not been able to stop him or even slow him down. He's got 2 touchdowns already. That could have been a 3rd. He's got the secondary coach asking people for answers. Can you help me out? Because we are not slowing him down.
A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
That's what I'd like to see out of this defense. A little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them. They did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
They'll try again. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. His second rushing touchdown on the campaign and 4th overall. And the Eagles have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 21-0.
21. Browns, nothing.
The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
But this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting it once, you get first-half scores just like this one.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll try and do this himself. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked off by Jihad Campbell. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Well, no surprise to see that one, partner. The league's #1 defense coming through with a huge pick-6.
And it's plays like that one that made them the most feared group to face this year. Offenses, they're trying to figure out how to work around them rather than work through them. Big-time impact playmakers scattered throughout the unit on every level, and they can change a game at a moment's notice.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Second down, 8 to go from the 28.
Ready.
Looking to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Browns get a bit closer. Joey Sly on for the extra point. He's got it to bring it back to 28-7 now.
Makes the score Eagles 28, Browns 7.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
35-yard line.
On 2.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and 6.
11. 12. 12.
Here's Burrow. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Well, they tried to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
And he's going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now.
And he's taken down. This will be a Browns sack. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. In motion goes the tight end. Now it's Burrow. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on 1st down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Can't get away, and he's taken down. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. I mean, at this point, CD, what is not going their way in this first half? After that pick-6, they now have a 4-possession lead here.
And that allows them to say to themselves, how about we get everybody involved, okay? Because this one is a runaway, and it's looking like it's going to be even more of a runaway. Everybody gets a chance to play and get a little bit of love. The more guys that get to watching the highlight reels from this one, the better.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Well, things for them, just to put it bluntly, man, it has been tough sledding here in the first half, facing that big deficit. The clock is dwindling now. Maybe if they can get something on the board here before intermission, they'll have at least a little momentum heading into the second half. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
They're going to look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Townsend. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Back to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. And he will be out of bounds with no time remaining on what will be the final action of this first half. The Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And he's got some space here. And he is finally taken down, but not before he gets it to the Eagles' 32-yard line. It's a gain of 34.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a first and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Let's go now.
They run with Rivers. And he put up a good fight, but he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
Two things to watch. First, his strength and being able to break out that initial contact. But at his size, once you slow his momentum, it's hard for him to get it started again and end up tackling him behind the line of scrimmage.
Here we go on second and 12. And oh my goodness, here's a fifth interception. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD.
But Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick-6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. As confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
26-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
Well, they certainly have their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
They'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's a second down and 4.
Brings up second and 4.
They'll set up to throw.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. They'll look to throw here.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 33 yards that time.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
Here we go, here we go. Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
On the ground is Rivers.
And he stopped immediately there. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
Come on, set. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Now back to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Noah Gray,
23 yards for the touchdown.
and the Browns are able to at least get one score back. Sly on for the extra point.
And that'll cut the lead down to 28.
Makes the score Eagles 42, Browns 14.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
And the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them.
There he goes, left side.
He may go.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great play there.
Hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Eagles have taken a 5-touchdown lead.
The kicker on for the extra point.
They've done a good job of holding him down in the first half, but he explodes for a big one right there.
Yeah, I've got an image in my head of him being surrounded by a bunch of people, really, with ropes and other things trying to keep him locked in. But eventually they got tired too. And just as you noted, he broke out.
And it's a guy that usually you can only keep down for so long.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
In every game that's ever been played, all coaches talked about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Third quarter action here, this regular season finale. This will be 2nd and 10. They'll run it here with Rivers. And he'll get this to about the 34, a gain of just 3.
And that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Here's 3rd and 7.
Ready.
Back to throw here.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A lot of ground left to make up, obviously. A lopsided contest, and we're already in the 3rd quarter. And they won't get it all back in one play or one drive. That's cliche, but it's true, Charles. If they can just maybe get plays like that and get a little momentum built, they can get the scoreboard a little closer.
And can you add some blinders to the cliche, meaning keep these guys from looking at the scoreboard, because that doesn't help them at all right now. Their focus needs to be on finishing every drive with points and playing mistake-free football from here on out.
1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Strike. 70 Lions. Check go.
He'll look to throw.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
Got it. Ready?
The Browns on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
70 Timberwolves. Ready.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
And this will be incomplete. What, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's 4th down.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them, because just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
He'll try to do it himself.
And now here is another interception. Gets around him. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
Cardinal. 60 Bison, 60.
And they'll run it here. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
Here we go.
Barkley, inside handoff. And for one of the few times here today, this one's not going to go anywhere. Only a yard of the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2.
Here we go.
Now Burrow.
And he is caught.
Touchdown! A 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Eagles stretch this fourth quarter lead even further, and they are closing in on win number 12 of the season. And a decisive advantage became even more decisive. They already had the win in hand, but they keep pressing the tempo, and they pile on with another touchdown reception.
Would you consider that touchdown a reward to all the tight ends on their roster for their effort today? Not just running their routes, but all the time they spent in the trenches, laying down blocks, doing the little things to help that offense succeed. And for doing all of that, they definitely want one of their tight ends to get a touchdown to really seal this blowout.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
31-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory. But it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. But we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First target, first catch, and a first down.
44-yard line.
Here's Rivers.
Trying to foul a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
And 10. At the 44-yard line.
He'll drop to throw. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
Hawk 70, Hawk.
He'll look to throw.
Now he'll tuck this and run. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Now a handoff up the middle. Grubs. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. They'll set up a throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
As he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
Ready.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And a quick throw here that's complete. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the fourth. And boy, showing how tough he can be to bring down, just fighting his way forward to pick up 7 yards. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. First down, fourth quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back. But 8 yards on first down puts them back on their heels.
They'll keep it on the ground. Brenner. And this is going to be an Eagles first down as he's got this up to the 28-yard line. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described. Manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage. They're powering through, and they're controlling this game.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. They'll try the left side. Brenner. He can't get him down. And this is going to be an Eagles first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. They run the counter. Brenner. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory.
42 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. This 2nd and 4.
Here we go, here we go.
Up the middle they go. Brenner. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Right, 80.
Now a give, right side. Brenner.
They'll get this down to the 38. Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an